Them times when Aguero used to play Liverpool, City, Chelsea, United, you were sure in all those fixtures Aguero is scoring.
Yeah.
I think right now, the only big game players we have in modern football are two. Salah and Vinicius. No other big game player.
I'm surprised you haven't mentioned someone like Mbappe.
Nada.
Yeah, because he performs for the national team as well.
World Cup final, hat-trick.
Yeah.
The other World Cup, he clinched it.
Yeah.
He has records in PSG.
Welcome back to another episode of The Wildcard. Of course, I'm your resident host, Brian Waudo.
Yeah, boy, and I'm the Jabroni Slayer, the people's champion, representing millions and millions of Arsenal fans. They call me Nyaash.
Venant, a.k.a. the best FPL manager in town.
And remember, this episode has been brought to you courtesy of SportPesa. Now, as we record this episode, there's a big fixture headlining this weekend on Saturday. Of course, Man City taking on Tottenham Hotspur. And this week's question of the week is very simple. Which player scored the disallowed goal when Tottenham last knocked out Man City in the Champions League? Type it up in the comments. That is your question of the week. How are you guys doing, Bana?
We're doing badly. Or rather, I am doing badly.
Yeah.
I mean, Man United are seeming to get a good coach. I always hate it when they get a good coach, but also I've been here before when I thought they had a good coach.
Yeah.
Kenya, we have failed to qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations in such an easy group, in my opinion. So, yeah, we were manager mwenye anaitwa head coach. Afunge tu virago na akanyange kubwa. In my opinion, yeah.
Speaking of coaches, man, at least wetu tulimzindikiza vizuri.
Oh, by the way, happy days for you, God fan.
Yeah, he's out now.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. Mashemeji derby kapa weekend. Super excited. You know, like the way Manchester United, you guys talk about the new manager bounce. Yeah. Sasa
Na bounce na ingwe.
Anyway, I had an interesting weekend. Of course, France, the rugby team, won over the weekend. And of course, the national team also beat Italy 3-1.
Yeah.
But my highlight of last week, of course, is my new manager's interview.
Yeah.
Mbona jamaa na pull up na pull neck kwa interview. Unajua drip iko ndani. Akivaa pull neck, not only is he a good coach, but he can also even offer financial advice to the club. Si hatuwezi spend ufalafala kusign Anthony, nini. No, tunaenda kusign Gyökeres. You know, we are spending our money wisely. When you turn up to training and meet the likes of Kobe Maino and Luke Shaw and guys like Mason Mount, hiyo time umevaa t-shirt ya Valentino, umevaa puffer jacket, una drip mbaya sana. What do you expect? He's a bad man.
Wait, are we the fashion police now? We're talking about how managers are dressing. What's wrong with you?
We don't give a damn how you dress. If you're doing Gucci or whatever. We care about how you perform on the pitch. And this is like what? Since really that is like the 8th time. Is it the 8th time you're saying, I have a new manager now?
You see, let me tell you something. For you fans out there, if you consume good company content, if you watch The Mics Are Open, there was some guy who came as a guest a while back and he gave us a challenge of the Keepy Uppies.
Yes.
And I remember in that episode, he said, Brian Waudo has the most drip in this podcast. So my manager is clearly copying me.
First of all, Ricardo did not say that.
Yes. That was AI.
But grip aside, I'm very excited with what he had to say. In the interview, of course, it's an 11-minute to 20-minute interview.
Yeah.
Okay.
The key words I picked out of that is he said, as a player, he did cover most parts of the game where he played as fullback. At times he deputized as a defender, as an 8, as a CAM. The only place he didn't play is as a 9 and as a goalkeeper. He did make sure he said, at the end of the day, I understand football, I understand positions, I understand even the bench. So what he's trying to tell the players is, if whatever I'm saying, you will do. If I ask Bruno to be a CDM, you will play CDM. If I ask Lisandro Martinez to go score goals because Hoyland is busy wrestling guys, you will do that.
So basically, I totally agree with that. So he's basically saying, like, be like Bukayo Saka. And
I mean, copy Arsenal.
Be like Bukayo Saka. He's been everywhere around and putting in the work as well. So I think that's right, because Man United, I don't know how many guys can be played of position and do so effectively. Bruno, for once, I think there was a time he was played as a right winger. He absolutely dropped stinkers.
That's true.
So yeah, you could get where he's coming from when he says that. I also understand he said he wants guys who play with intensity. I don't know. He might have to bring a whole new team then.
He said if you're good enough, you're old enough. Garnacho, we don't got time to pamper you at you're not celebrating celebrating a goal.
Yeah.
You're not celebrating a goal because that is a fan attacked you. Roy Keane said, if a fan's opinion can impact your performance on the pitch, go work in construction. You're not good enough to be a footballer. Exactly.
True.
So me, I'm ready for the new era.
But Garnacho is a young guy. Actually, there was a UFC 309 happening. Kuna mtu alikuwa anauliza kwani Garnacho ameenda UFC sasa. Oliveira was fighting there. It was looking like goddamn like Garnacho with the hair and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I totally understand. Maybe he's right. But then again, Garnacho is a teeny man. So kidogo, you kind of understand why this might get into his head.
Are you guys jealous not only of his looks and his drip, but the fact that he's coming to get into the top 4 already?
Wait, this is not a fashion.
First of all,
we care about football. Yes, your manager looks good, dresses well. So what? So what?
Does that translate to pitch performances?
We care about performance.
I absolutely think it will, because first of all, we've stopped babying our club. In them old times, we would have probably kept Ruud and Van Hecke. I'm not discrediting what Ruud done for my club.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we have to move forward.
But he's
come with his own stuff.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I think I want to make a clear statement. If right now we are 4 points off third position.
Yes.
If
what position in the league?
13th, fair enough. Just like the Premier League titles we have.
Okay.
Yeah. If Ruben Amorim has the gusto, the cojones to get Man United in the top 4 this season, I think I will have to castigate Ineos, because if he gets us top 4 with how we are playing football right now, then if we hired him after the FA Cup final, he could have won us the league.
First and foremost, you guys believed in Ten Hag.
Them man, not me.
Hey! You had that energy when you guys won the FA Cup. Wait, come on, keep the same energy.
Yeah.
And then number 2, I'm looking at your fixtures right now.
Yes.
Ipswich, as much as it looks easy, it's going to be a tough game, considering their first win is versus Spurs, and they want to keep that winning form.
Okay.
And then you guys have, this is Europa versus some team called Bodo something.
Bodo Glimt.
Yes.
Respect us. We're in Europa.
But now he can't. He's in the Champions League.
Now, when it comes to now, this is December.
Yes.
December 1st, Everton. 4th, Arsenal. 7th, Nottingham Forest. 12th, this is another Europa fixture.
Yes.
And then 15th, Manchester City.
Yeah.
19th, Spurs. 22nd, Bournemouth.
And also we opened the year with an away trip to Anfield. I am ready. I am ready.
So you want to promise us that you guys are getting all of these? These are all wins.
I don't see why not.
No, he can't say that. He can't say that.
Come on, man. I don't see why not.
You see, for Manchester United, I'm not worried about you hiring Amorim. I think he's a good manager. He has done well. I think you hired a very good coach in Ten Hag. When he came, you guys were asking lyrical about this guy. He took Ajax to the semi-finals and all that stuff. And you are telling us how you're going to cook. So for you guys, I think we just have to wait and see.
Here's the thing. As we wrap up the United talk, here's the key factor. When Ten Hag came in, he started telling us about we need time. And
then give us
time. But Amorim has said, if you're good enough, you're old enough.
You gotta still ask for time.
You gotta do it now.
So the current United players,
yes,
do you believe they got enough energy to take you guys to the top
and
4? The current.
Okay, what I will say is that's up to them as individual professional. Like kuna ile pride as an individual as a professionalism in football. Kuna ile individual pride. But at the end of the day, I think Amorim's most difficult test will be trying to show that he does not need signings, because if he can transform this Ten Hag Monday into world beaters, then he's cooking, man.
And good luck to him with that. Good luck to him with that.
Yeah, another company that's busy cooking out there, of course, is SportPesa. Right now, the mega jackpot is at over 391 million Kenyan shillings. Buddha. Mnangoja nini? Pay bill ndio imeandikwa hapo 955-100. Of course, phone number is the account number, and all you need is 99 bob. Of late kumekuwa na so many millionaires, if you guys have noticed. Hadi kuna mse alishinda 900k na 10 bob.
No kidding.
Me, I've come to discover one thing. Guys are betting out there so much. And it's not that I'm castigating betting as long as you're doing it on SportPesa. It's the fact that I've been neglecting my instincts. Juzi, Chelsea wakicheza Arsenal, I said 1-1. I didn't place a bet. Last week when I was predicting, I said France will beat Italy 3-1. Bado sikuweka. Sasa imagine hiyo nini.
But you don't trust your instincts, that's for sure. But I would understand. He's a guy who trusted Joshua Zagzi to cook. So inaeleweka, you don't trust your instincts. It's all right. It's okay.
doesn't even trust United players.
Yeah, he doesn't trust
He doesn't
himself.
have United players in his
I think
FPL
he'll
team.
confidence, so
No,
it's
no,
okay.
no.
Or not.
It's not that I don't trust United players.
Yeah.
I actually don't trust modern day players.
Oh, got it.
Let's go back to look at it this way. It's the international break. We've had time. Vinicius just missed a penalty for his country when Rafinha was busy scoring the free kick. I mean, Haaland scoring hat-trick after hat-trick for Norway against Liechtenstein.
And Kazakhstan.
Nobody
Nobody
care
really
about
cares.
that.
None of that.
At this point in time, Mbappe is not even playing for the French
he's not.
national team.
And you're cooking.
And I'm looking at even in club football, them times when Aguero used to play Liverpool, City, Chelsea, United, you were sure in all those fixtures Aguero is scoring.
Yeah.
I think right now the only big game players we have in modern football are two: Salah and Vinicius. No other big game player.
And
No
Saka.
other big game
And,
player.
That's got Saka there.
Why not Saka?
No way.
Why not
no
Saka?
way.
You have to have
No
Saka
way.
there.
Did
Saka
Saka-
is-
what performance did Saka put? Are you sure? Let me ask you this question. Against the Big Six, you play them 5 times?
So far.
You play them twice a season. Are you sure Saka goes to the Etihad, performs, and then Emirates against City? Are you sure he goes to Old Trafford and then when they host? Liverpool and then when they host? Spurs and then when they host? Chelsea and then when they host? Those numbers are only put up with Salah and Vinicius in world football
Where was Vini Jr in the El Clasico?
That's one game.
Is it?
How many times has Vinicius bailed Madrid out of big games? Out of big games.
Madrid last time they went to Camp Nou, I think they won 2-0, right? Did Vini Jr score in those games?
Vini scored the 3-2 where Bellingham celebrated with Vasquez.
Yeah,
I remember.
When they were winning 2-0, it was Jude Bellingham who scored the winning goal for Real Madrid against Barcelona. Where was Vini Jr?
Vini Jr., has he ever underperformed in any final he's played? Boom.
In the El
case to
Clasico, he
Salah.
underperformed.
Same case. El
In El
Clasico is
Clasico,
not a final.
No, it's a big
It's a big game.
It's a big game. I thought you were talking
Not
about
anymore. Kwani Messi and Ronaldo are still there.
I thought you were talking about performing away and home.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
But at the end of the day, those are the numbers. Vini Jr. and Salah are putting up numbers that Wayne Rooney and Aguero and Steven Gerrard used to put up. Over the Saka does not go to every away Big Six ground and do
Saka
it.
has-
Neither does Bruno, neither does Haaland, neither does Mbappe. None of them do it. Only Salah and Vini.
I think Saka needs to be in that bracket. I'm not disputing
Yes.
Vini Jr. and Mo Salah.
Yes.
Kind of questionable with Vini Jr. by the way, because I've mentioned 2 El Clasicos here, and he has not done that much.
Yeah.
But Saka as well, if you look at his numbers, he has very good numbers, goals and assists against big teams.
Yes.
The Big Six, I would say,
Yes.
in the Premier League this season as well as the other previous season. So you may say, okay, arguably he does not go to Etihad and drop a fantastic performance, or he doesn't go to what do you call it?
Exactly.
Anfield.
Every away Big Six ground.
But it's not like Mo Salah today will perform at Anfield and go and perform at Etihad. Then he'll go to North London and perform. And then when Arsenal comes to Anfield, he'll still perform. He'll go to Manchester United and bang. When Manchester United goes to Anfield, he'll bang as well.
Nyaash.
I don't think he does that.
Before even Venant says something, as lead up to this, against United, he scored at Old Trafford.
This season, you say?
Yes, this season.
season.
Against Chelsea, he scored. Against Arsenal, he scored. Wait till you see him score against Madrid and Man City, because those are back to back.
When Liverpool,
Wait until you see that.
came to Emirates earlier this year, did he score?
Earlier this year,
Yeah.
he took his season.
I thought you were talking about it. Una shift bench.
Van Dijk alipeana mabao. Van Dijk alipeana mabao.
He goal post in a move.
Si hata mambo na goal post.
Yeah.
You tell me out and out there, if it's a big game, if it's a big final, even for country,
I mean,
as
Saka
much as
performs
Vini missed the pen,
Yeah.
you'd put all your life savings on
fine.
Salah and Vini ahead of any other player in
Thank
the
you very
world
much,
right now.
sir. Egypt. When was the last time Mo Salah fantastically performed for Egypt?
He always does. Nikina
When?
Hegazi umwangusha huko nyuma na kina El Neni. He always scores for
And
Egypt.
Anguisha and the other players. We're talking about those players themselves taking the bull by the horns and performing.
Salah
What does he do for Egypt?
Salah has done it time and time again.
Where?
Hiyo time yenye alipeleka Egypt final walimwekea blinkers
Aya.
kwa macho akauza pena.
Where
Exactly. He missed a penalty.
Come on. Where was Vini Jr. when Brazil were getting smacked in the Copa America?
He wasn't.
Did they get to the semis?
Yes, they did.
Did they get to the
No.
semis?
Copa. No. They were knocked
They
out
did
by
not.
Uruguay.
Where was Vinicius Jr.?
That time he had just scored the Champions League final.
Come
he was
on,
tired.
man.
The games were coming thick and fast.
I dare say Saka performs better for the national team than those two individuals.
So what did Saka do in the Euros apart from the goal against Switzerland?
Oh, now we're taking away the goals that he's scoring.
Exactly.
You're taking away the goals that he's scoring now.
Did he score in the final?
Saka-
It was Cole Palmer as a substitute
Saka performed for England in the Euros 2020.
in one game, Switzerland.
In 2020, are you talking about 2020 or 2024?
So now it's all the way when he was pulled the shot by Chiellini.
Because Mo Salah in 2019 AFCON, where was he?
Alimulikiwa blinkers.
Nani?
Senegal fans.
Actually, Brayo.
Yeah.
I don't know why KDB is not in this conversation, because we mentioned the big games. Let me speak first.
Yeah,
you mentioned the big games.
I'll give you why. I'll tell you why.
Especially versus Real Madrid on those both occasions, on those 2 seasons.
Yes.
He stepped up.
Yes.
Foden was player of the season for both club and I think Premier League.
Yes. What is happening right now?
No. We're talking about the big names and stuff.
Yes.
We have to add Saka over there.
Yeah.
For both club and country. Like, there are a series of players who they are very wako tu vizuri.
Sao.
It's just that you are blinded.
It's not a matter of being blinded. I would dare ask you guys this. So Ronaldo is getting to 40.
Yeah.
Sao.
No other Portuguese players has shown the mentality to be able to carry that team the way he has for years and years. Even Bruno. And he's my captain, club captain.
But these guys are...
I'm looking at Saka. Would you put all your life savings on Saka to carry England to their next major trophy? Hell no.
Because it's a team sport.
Would you put Would you put it on Foden? Hell no. Would you put it on Bellingham? Hell no.
Ronaldo...
No.
What has Ronaldo gotten for Portugal? The Euros?
The Euros and the Nations League. Messi, the Copa America and the World Cup. Look at them, man.
Did he individually carry Portugal all the way to the Euros finals and won it for them?
2016, yes, he did.
He won it for them?
In 2016, yes, he did. And in the final, he was subbed off and then Enda got the winning goal.
He was not even the guy who scored the winning goal.
If Ronaldo does not play in that tournament, they don't make it past the group stage.
That's
they don't make it past the group stage.
That's arguable. He did not perform like the way Messi did in the World Cup final.
He was being given penalties by Qataris. Ronaldo, they were the best placed third team in that 2016 tournament. Courtesy of Ronaldo. In every knockout fixture, Ronaldo.
Look, I know Ronaldo is a bad man.
Yeah.
Get Portugal to be the number 1 team. Don't come and tell me you are the third best team here.
And that's why.
I don't talk about the best player in the world.
Na hiyo argument yetu, mbona mmeingiza Saka na mja mention Haaland? Because we even know Haaland and Odegaard, even both of them combined, can't carry Norway to any place.
It's Norway. It's a two-man team.
A different country like Sweden.
Yeah.
Zlatan carried them. But right now, Gyökeres can't. There's no big game players in the modern game.
For Norway, Haaland and Odegaard, I think they're the 2 best players there. The others are bang average. Like
Ronaldo was the best player alongside Quaresma.
The others not bang average. The others were not bang average. You cannot compare that. Even Sweden now, IYKYK Nani Saposa is Zlatan with the team that they have. I don't think he takes them where did actually Zlatan take them? To the Euros finals?
So you tell me.
Where did Zlatan take Sweden, by the way?
Because all you've done right now is I've mentioned Salah and Vini.
Yeah.
You tell me, apart from Saka, any other big game players, where you're sure they go away to the Big 6 grounds or the Barcelonas and the Bayern Munichs and the Juventuses and they perform.
So first of all,
tell me.
We are agreeing that Saka is in that bracket?
No, you've mentioned him. You've mentioned him. No, I said you've mentioned him. Don't you dare twist my words.
You're on record. And when he was talking about Aguero scoring against the big teams,
every time
he did not mention Arsenal.
He did not.
Yes.
Even Aguero was Aguero performing for the national team.
Alama ya dukuduku.
You know, when it comes to the national team, Aguero is out of this bracket then.
Yes.
He wasn't performing the same way for the national team, was he?
He was moving like Lautaro.
Exactly. So it's a thin line. But you'd say the big game players, we don't have as many as we used to have
you agree
before.
with me?
Yeah, but I just wanted you to have Saka in that bracket, which you did, so it's all right.
Why are you against, for the record, why are you against Haaland?
Because at the end of the day, the Premier League finds you out. Why is it that you can score? Fair enough, we've been in the doldrums. You can score against United. You can bag a hat-trick against Ipswich. You can bang against Chelsea's weak defense. But when it comes to Tottenham, where are you? When it comes to Arsenal, fair, he got the goal, but we all saw last season, he was in Saliba's and Gabriel's pocket.
Absolutely.
Like, where are you? If Norway were to play Italy right now, Haaland would perform.
Come on.
If Norway, if Norway were to play Denmark, achana na Liechtenstein, Denmark ama Switzerland.
Good question. Norway bado hana caliber of players
to take them
past.
He's not there like the Van Persies and the Gerrards and the Henrys.
He may have a point.
Yeah.
So I'll tell him this. Let's look at how far Norway will go this season.
The Nations League.
Yes.
Okay.
Then based on that, we'll know about Haaland. Number 2, despite his poor form, he's still the top scorer in
the Prem.
In the Prem.
Yeah.
So that speaks to itself. And this is the third season in a row. He's taking that, what's it called? That golden boot.
Yeah.
He's done this. I'm a Haaland fan based on BVB. In the BVB days, he has, I think his record, he has more goals than appearance for the club.
True. I think 88 goals in 86
something.
games, something
so
close to
this
that.
is not kitu ya juicy. This is something that has been stretched out. And don't forget the season for Champions League, where he had so many goals in the group stage and stuff, and then he was bought to BVB in January. So for me, Haaland is in this conversation.
As a big game player.
Yes, he's in this conversation.
Ipswich, but when you blank against
he's
Arsenal,
in this
you're
conversation.
a big game player.
If
And
you
we're
put the
not
national
judging him
team there,
based on the
it's a
2
wrap.
games.
Yes.
I'm judging him based on since the Salzburg days to BVB, where I'm a BVB fan, to now Man City, where we're seeing golden boot after golden boot. So Haaland for me is in that conversation. I'm surprised.
Nada.
I'm surprised you haven't mentioned someone like Mbappe.
Nada.
Yeah, because he performs for the national
his
team as well.
World Cup final hat-trick.
Yeah.
The other World Cup he clinched it.
Yeah.
He has records in PSG.
And that's
Just
what I'm
without
saying.
the Champions League.
If he was such
Like
a
the only
he was
part,
such a big game player, but we have to go back to 2022 December to remember his last
but
big
you've
game
gone
performance.
To 2016 with Ronaldo. We've gone to 2016 with Ronaldo.
Hey, I thought you were moving.
This is so, this is so funny. This is so funny. I'm not even a France fan, and I'm schooling you about France.
Thank you, sir.
The only time enye Mbappe we can pinpoint him and say, what about this and this and this?
Okay.
It's this season at Real Madrid. Faili yake imekuwa sawa throughout.
Yeah. Facts.
He hasn't had a bad season.
So you
add
added,
Mbappe kwa hiyo
okay,
squad.
on the list I have Vini and Saka.
Yes.
I mean Vini and Salah.
Salah and Saka. Yeah. It's okay.
So you guys have added Saka,
And Mbappe.
Haaland and Mbappe.
I would not put Haaland there because national team not so much. Plus, that's not his fault. Also, Norway ni team iko chini ni sawa.
Yeah.
But I would have Mbappe there as well.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's a good one. But before we get into the gist of what Nyaash really wants to talk about, the way you guys have supported Saka into this big mentality player conversation is the same way. A big shout out going out to SportPesa because they've supported the Kenyan Rugby Sevens team. Wait.
Yeah.
The anticipated return to the HSBC World Rugby Sevens series with over 84 million Kenyan shillings. SportPesa wameamua kuaminiwa maboys bana. Hey.
That's superb, man.
SportPesa have money to give.
Yeah.
Si ya kubet pekee, hata ukikuwa rugby youngsters sahi wanakusupport uende ucheze HSB7 series.
Yeah.
But right about now we shift the focus to one guy who I applaud. Because the way he's switching jobs, I also want to switch careers like that.
Who be this?
I mean, David Coote has moved from being a referee to a linesman. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Yeah, please take over, man.
Yeah, so David Coote, of course, we all know there were some videos that surfaced. Is it earlier last week?
Yeah.
First up, akisema venye he hates Klopp.
He called him see you next Tuesday.
Yes.
Chukua hizo iteration. Yeah.
That's a nice one. That's a nice one. He called him that and it was like, Buddha, kwani alikugongea nini? Like,
You're the constant.
Yeah. Yeah, like you could feel the distaste in his, you know, when he was talking about that. So that was kind of crazy because we have not seen the referees coming out saying things like those.
True.
And of course, ni wakati walikuwa nakata maji with his friends.
Yeah.
So the video was leaked. First of all, you need to check your friends as well. I don't know why they leaked that. And that was back in the Euros, by the way. I think he was refereing, is it a semis or a quarters game? Germany and Spain. His guy was semis or quarters.
To do something with some white powder.
Yeah, and then after that, now this other video came out of him snorting some lines. I don't think that was glucose.
True.
I honestly don't think that was salt. Yeah,
Just confirming kama ni unga ya ugali.
Yeah,
Hiyo ni yetu mwachie. Hiyo sisi ndo tuna.
could be him and Pablo Escobar could be friends. But so there's that. And now, of course, the issue is these are the guys who are refereeing matches. This guy is saying he hates Klopp. Yes. Definitely, he has overseen Liverpool matches.
Yes.
Do you expect him to be impartial?
You'd expect an Arsenal fan to complain. You'd expect an Arsenal fan.
If you're refereeing a game where it's Man City versus another team and Man City might have an advantage over Liverpool, do you expect this guy
But
to
you
be
know what's
impartial?
funny? Because we were talking about it over the weekend with Eric.
Yeah.
And he actually reminded me that the Man City-Everton game, that Rodri handball, David Coote was the officiating man on the day.
He was the referee on the...
That is the season Liverpool lost it by 1 point.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, David Coote, if you're to deny Liverpool league after league, keep your job, mate. At the end of the day, we are calling for parity.
Yeah.
We are calling for a lot of fairness in these situations.
Absolutely. And puts PGMOL in the mud, by the way, to be honest, in my opinion. Because, well, those things come out, then you start doubting the credibility of these officials, right? If you're doubting, then you start thinking maybe they're not that impartial as well.
Okay.
And then that's backed up with the howlers they drop game in, game week out. Thinking, the movie kind of crazy. So when you see all that, I don't honestly think you don't doubt the credibility of PGMOL. Moving forward, every game is going to be like on a magnifying glass now. Referee watafanyaje.
Venant, what do you make of his punishment? Apparently, he's been suspended till further notice. Do you feel he should deserve worse, like never referee in England or in any top league or what? Yeah.
First and foremost, PGMOL. If I was to point, for me, it's them.
How do I bend them, man?
When you are vetting in new referees, part of it involves knowing where did this guy grow up, team that he supported, so that you know the biasness. For example, when it comes to like predictions, anything against Arsenal, I usually say I'm biased towards Arsenal. I want Arsenal to win.
As a fan,
so when it comes to anything Arsenal, you're not really getting 100% objectiveness from me. So I feel the same should be done with referees. Well, of course, if you grew up as a, let's say, Everton fan and Liverpool are punishing you every time, and you also want to be a referee, Syria will be a good place for you.
True.
You know, and now that we've known he has a biasness towards Klopp and stuff, it's then for him with Premier League. He should go to Saudi Arabia.
Don't you think he can be given like an Ipswich Southampton game?
No.
Really?
Because
when you're snotting lines, bro.
Atacha pitch ikiwa green. Atatoa penalty spot.
No. And then we live in this lawsuit society right now. So the referees, they need to like cheza chini now. So the current referees, they need to be vetted. Again, every referee, we need to know, because now you're giving clubs leverage to attack the referee. So that's how I see it.
And in Nottingham Forest, I think there's a time they issued a statement.
And they were punished, by the way. They were fined.
I think a mic or something.
So now referees should also be fined?
I don't know. Like I don't know if PGMOL vets these guys in terms of drug tests.
In the NBA recently, they said in the Boston Celtics winner, Jason Tatum scores the winner.
Tatum is
he scores the buzzer beater, and they say he traveled, but the result is already there. Just the same way in the Euros, the Spain versus Germany quarterfinal, they came to believe that Cucurella actually handled the ball, but Spain had already won the tournament by then.
Guess who was one of the officials in that match? David Coote. Yeah. He was one of the officials. If we
discover this result, like if we go back and say, God damn, Aston Villa versus Arsenal, that should have been Arsenal win, or that should have been a draw. Should the referee go back and be fined for that game?
Good question. I mean, I would like to know how these guys are punished, because punishment lately, it's just like we have suspended you from refereeing a Premier League game this weekend. That's not enough.
They are buying themselves time.
You've costed the other teams points, which are very vital. PGMOL, I think, in my opinion, they are honestly in the mud. They are in the mud.
Add Vituko Xavier on top of it now.
Killer time.
And then there's those disgrace moments where...
You know, by the way, Michael Oliver is a Newcastle fan.
A proper Geordie.
A proper Geordie, like an out-and-out guy. So, I know there's that. There's a time, there was a Gillette. Do you know the word Gillette? He's a Liverpool fan. He was officiating an Arsenal game. You ilikuwa Arsenal versus Newcastle, ilikuwa Arsenal versus who? Why do you let a guy who's an out-and-out Liverpool fan oversee a game involving Arsenal who are fighting for the league with Liverpool? Okay, a referee game of Manchester United, Manchester United are not fighting for anything. But no. Yeah, you're fighting for nothing.
Amorim tafadhali.
Fashion police.
Fashion police. So there are those issues where you're like, so how PGMOL, these guys are known to be fans of these other clubs. They are refereeing matches involving clubs that maybe are in competition with the clubs they support. So, moving kind of crazy.
Moving kind of crazy. Another institution that's moving kind of crazy is, of course, Kenyan football. Now, already, I don't know, where do we start? the derby coming up this weekend or the AFCON situation?
Let's start with the AFCON.
Let's start with the AFCON. Yeah.
So we already confirmed with the 1-1 draw against Zimbabwe.
We out.
That we are out.
Yeah.
We already said weeks ago that no AFCON, no Firat.
Yes.
But then he came back, clapped back after the game, and he said, "If you fire me, nothing will change."
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, he has the cojones to say like, yeah, fair enough. Kenyans, you have high expectations of your team, but you don't even play home games. Your journalists don't even travel to come to away games.
Because journalists know on
come on, dog, man. Firat, I've heard this shit as a United fan with Ten Hag.
Yes.
Your job, I get it. The atmosphere is good. The 12th man at Anfield and whatnot at the Bernabeu is good. But at the end of the day, you won't hear Slot come complain at he. You remember when Ole said that the fans just didn't pull the ball to the net? Hell no.
What the fuck?
The atmosphere is good to be there. But at the end of the day, Firat, playing style, my brother. Playing style. Hakuna.
Yeah.
So hata sema if him nothing will change. Ye pia hajatusaidia na anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Firat is just Kenya. There's a whole concoction of problems. Firat is not the only one, but he's part of it for sure.
Yeah.
So as we clean up the house, which is very dirty.
Yes.
First of all, take off the management, federation management, poor as fuck. Since that guy came in, he's been
the
there.
elections are gonna issues.
Yeah. Do you know the elections? Apparently, Football Kenya Federation is not a registered entity.
Aje.
As in, what the fuck are we talking about? At the registered legal entity, the Kenya Football Association, which has been absolutely nowhere as far as management of Football Kenya is concerned. How is FKF that is dealing with FIFA not registered?
As in that close contact na Gianni Infantino.
Yes, but you're not registered. So, kind of legally, KFA have a point. But still, FKF is part of the problem. The management, since they came in, Nick Mwendo has only overseen one AFCON place.
True.
That AFCON 2019, by the way, it's not like we qualified competitively. Ni Sierra Leone walikuwa bad.
Place tulipewa tu position.
Shika ndio I think shika tu mwende mchezo. We are not there.
Yeah.
So I mean, he has not helped as much as it's concerned in terms of national football growth. Firat himself on his own, he has only won 7 matches out of 23, 30%. Jamaa mwenye amekuwa na 30 amekuwa na 3 years.
Numbers.
Yes.
Ten Hag numbers.
He has overseen 23 matches, won only 7. Out of these 7, only 3 were competitive matches. Bro, that for me is a sackable offense, first of all.
True.
Your statistic enda ukanyage kubwa. No playing style. You have played, I don't think there's any other coach in Kenya mwenye ashaicheza high profile friendlies than this guy. Tunacheza hadi na Iran, bro.
Bana.
Tunacheza na Qatar. That's why you sharpen up. That's why you know the guys who are supposed to work with you and the guys who cannot. And then Africa time ya qualifiers where you're supposed to be taking things seriously. Then ndio anaanza kuchop and change. Weka Patrick Matasi against Cameroon, the toughest team. Matasi does fuck all.
Surely. We all know, mtu wa Kenya Police.
Kenya Police. Wakati Brian had overseen 2 matches.
True.
Against Zimbabwe akaweka clean sheet, tukapiga Namibia akiwa. Where are you going to experiment with our toughest opponent? Experiment na Namibia, hiyo ni sawa maybe, but hiyo ni pia tabia mbaya.
Experiments achia Teta. With party at right back. Yeah.
What?
Where?
You know, against Zimbabwe juzi, anaweka Ayunga and Olunga.
Oh my God.
I don't feel like for me you have those 2 strikers there. It's either one of them. It's not the 2 of them. Olunga Pia is moving kind of crazy. I can't recall the last time he produced a good performance for the national team.
True, captain.
As the captain. But you can expect him to bang akifika Qatar. He'll score for sure. So, I mean, as much as we call the coach out, also some players kidogo.
Mimi napenda Firat akuje hapa tuseme mambo yetu.
Yo, unajua hata some people be saying that we are playing away from home. Maybe hata na bahati angekuwa Kenya angekuwa shasalimiwa.
No,
you cannot rule that out. So it's moving kind of crazy. Of course, the federation does not help him as a whole.
Yes.
No training ground in Kenya.
True.
No stadium to play in Kenya. Ataka hiyo vitu zingine is a Ministry of Sports, but still, it's, like I said,
you just focus on the football.
It's a concussion of problems here.
Yeah.
But also for him to be daring like that and say, even if you guys fire me, what will change? It speaks volumes to our football, Nini, and it's so embarrassing to FIFA. Forget even about us Kenyans. We look so bad kwa FIFA. And we're supposed to host
the 2027 AFCON.
Do you know, like, of the 3 teams that are supposed to host the 2027 one, only Kenya will not be in the AFCON next year.
True. Uganda there, TZ there.
Do you know Uganda have qualified a game before qualifiers ishe? Courtesy of a coach mwenye alikuwa coach hapa Kenya. Paul Put was a coach here in Kenya.
Isn't it time we now started to, even speaking of Gor Mahia, we started to hire our own Kenyan coaches?
Yeah, we
but
can
this thing of foreign. It's not interesting. Like the K Sharks coach, for me, I like his style of play. I like the way he's playing with K Sharks. And I was speaking of this since last season. K Sharks are top of the league right now.
Even the Marashuga coach, right now they are fourth, I think, in the table.
This thing of at his light skin,
but Venant, looking at it in the future terms, I get it. Even it's not even about football, even Kenyan sports in general.
Yeah.
Should we do the South Africa thing? We just accept that football ain't our main thing. Don't get me wrong. South Africa, their football is good. Like, guys go to watch Mamelodi and Orlando and Kaizer Chiefs. But they focus on cricket and rugby.
As well as other sports.
Ours, athletics, but don't now let down. Surely.
Yeah.
And in the future of Kenyan football, do you think Ten Hag should apply for the job?
Absolutely.
Yes.
But I heard Ten Hag applied for the Equatorial Guinea job.
Yeah?
Applied for the Equatorial Guinea.
Yes. Chris Luton is managing, is it no?
Guinea. He's managing Guinea,
It's not, so actually ask your United fans on...
sisi tuko Amorim. Sisi tuko na drip side. We don't
ask if Ten Hag could manage Kenya.
But if he can't manage Kenya, I know a club he can manage. Gor.
Mkona coach. Nani as coach? Who's the new coach?
Mmemfukuza mmemrudisha favelas. Samero alikama hapa akasema mtu atasalimiwa. Na
salamu alipata. Some greetings.
2-0 to Bandari.
Who does
Bandari.
That is so embarrassing. I have nothing to say. Isipokuwa I'm very excited. He's left. That Al-Hai David for me Yobado, I'm still forget about Al-Hai. I'm talking about us as Gor Mahia even during that match.
What did you expect, Nini? What did you expect?
To put up a fight.
I think
to put up a fight.
If you put up a fight and you get club 3-0, is that bad?
It's in the process of how we were beaten 3-0. The second goal, literally, the stadium. You know the way Gor Mahia fans are very noisy and loud and excited.
Yeah.
You know that band that is usually there, Pale Russia. Imagine the second goal. This is 30-something minute. Barely even the 30th minute. The band are now the fans. They're now watching the game.
Ametulia.
Yeah. I was watching that game with somebody who came to the stadium for the first time. He doesn't know even much about football. And do you know what the first thing he said? These guys don't look like they have trained very well.
Oh, goddamn.
And this is somebody who doesn't even watch football.
But wasn't that the coach who fired?
Leonardo.
I'm very excited that he's gone. I'm very happy for that.
Opposite. Finish up. Yeah.
And now, because if we lost to AFC Leopards this weekend,
that would be crazy.
And that's why I'm opposite on his sentiments. I am very worried as an AFC fan coming into this Mashemeji derby.
Why?
Very worried. Mi nilikuwa na expect tucheze na Leonardo. Tungekuwa shua na tatu.
You may be talking of...
Just like Gor and Kenya Police who have in-house club issues, we also have our own. I mean, Omune was suspended not too long ago because of in-house club issues.
Yeah.
And it's not looking good going into this derby. I am very worried because them players will be like, hey, yo, man, Leonardo sucked. We have to turn up for this derby.
Yeah.
But another thing I want to put out there is I'm very disappointed in the marketing of our own league.
Oh, it's poor.
This is the Mashemeji derby. This is our Liverpool versus Man United. Surely there should be billboards. There should be ads on local channels.
Yeah.
Sura ya Victor Omune because Gor Mahia players at tutatambui inafaa ikuwe imetambaa. Thomas Trucha should be giving us press conferences in every TV station right now.
Yeah.
Angekuwa hapa hata saa hii yenyewe. So I think marketing our own big games because hata hii weekend City Stars watakanyaga Tusker and none about it.
Watakanyanga alafu wateleze. Ni sawa, wanaweza kanyanga alafu wateleze.
I think as much as I'm anticipating the derby, I'm also disappointed in the way it's being marketed.
The marketing is absolute shite, that's for sure. But could you say it's because we are going to the elections? I don't know. That could be a good excuse. They can use that as an excuse. It should not be an excuse.
Yeah, but they will.
But then again, this does not feel like a derby anymore. When was the last time we lost to AFC Leopards?
Nyaash.
I don't even remember.
Kitambo before you remember. As in, I think the last time these guys won was could be 2023. I think there's a time you won. One or something.
That was
one win.
That was the Legends game. Not even the active.
It was not active. No, it
not even the active.
This no longer feels like a derby. It's one big team versus another small team. Basically, these guys last won the league in 1998. They have no audacity to be saying this is a big derby.
But these guys did decluttering. they removed a lot of players and they replaced with new energy.
And
even us as Gor Mahia fans, it's not the usual AFC. No.
How are they performing this season? Are they in the top 3?
We're fifth. We're fifth right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We're fifth.
they're fifth.
I mean,
So-
We are fifth with 11 points, and Gor Mahia are 12th with 8 points.
We have played more
They're
games.
level on.
They have played less
with
games
games
than
in
you.
hand.
Yeah.
They're level on points with us.
AFC in the last 5-6 years, the best they have done is number 5. This
Which
does not
is
feel
right now.
Maybe maintain. It does
now
not
too.
feel like a big derby anymore, to be honest.
It's okay.
Because it's always Gor Mahia clobbering this other team.
Fair enough. So, Basi, looking at the KPL standings, I hope things will be looking good for us this weekend in the big blockbuster that is the local Mashemeji derby. Now, I do want to remind you, forget the KPL league table. There's one table I want you to look at. It's not FPL. We're yet to get to that. It's the Tujiamini initiative table. Kuna category gold, silver, bronze. And also, Wasewa Coast, coming to you, the Cheza Dimba tournament is coming up. Tujiamini.co.ke is the website to register talent yako yoyote, whether it's losing like Arsenal, whether it's dancing, whether ni kugongewa kama some media figures. All these videos, you can post them on tujiamini.co.ke and you stand a chance to win prizes courtesy of Sport Pesa. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, wanamali umegoroga hapo.
Utasalimiwa pia mimi.
But then Equatorial Guinea, they qualified for the Africa Cup of Nations. Cape Verde did not, man. The last time Cape Verde walikuwa na some nice chiles. They're very beautiful ones. I don't know if you realize that, but yeah, they are not there anymore.
Moment of silence.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Hey, Nyaash.
No, I'm just saying, man.
Hakuna Latinas kwa hii pod, I'm just asking.
Moving on.
Anyway, kuna Latino players in the FPL, right? Which we can.
That was very unnecessary.
Yellow card. You should be suspended together with that. With that referee, you should be suspended.
I heard David Coote say was up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so for FPL, let's just save on time. First and foremost, watch the last episode. I talk about the teams that have good, favorable fixtures that you can bank on in the event you want to use your wild card or your wild card is activated. For this week, let me just start with tips. First and foremost, if you can save on free transfers, if you can save on free transfers, especially
niggas, you're moving bad right now. You need to calm down. Good.
if you can,
Millennials,
you guys, man, we need to pray for you guys. If you can, save on the free transfers.
Yeah.
Because when you look at a team like Arsenal, for example, from November, is it 4th or something? It's after 3 games. They're playing games after each and every 3 days.
Yeah.
And certain things like rotation will happen. Also, if you have an active starting 11, just save on that free transfers because you'll need it. Number 2, like I said, premium teams like Arsenal are playing after 3 days. You should be aware of rotation.
Yeah.
Number 3, invest on, now when it comes to buying players, buy key players in their respective clubs. Manchester United right now have good form going on. Not only are they keeping clean sheets, most clean sheets in the league, the likes of Bruno are performing.
Yeah.
So somebody like Bruno, who's the club's captain, is guaranteed to play in most of these games.
Damn right.
Somebody like Odegaard is guaranteed to play these games. And you pick these players who not only will play, will give you points.
Facts.
What else? Have an active bench in case your player does not start. Yeah, this is where now the green arrows and the red arrows, this is now the gaps will start to be seen. And lastly, if you're selling Haaland, I hope you have a plan to bring him back because this is the cheapest you'll be.
Hiyo hata usiangalie kamera, angalia huyu. Mambo ya kusell Haaland.
Yes. If you're selling Haaland, what?
Just, I hope you have a plan to bring him back in because one rule of FPL, always own the most owned player. And Haaland is still the most owned player.
Yeah.
A stat that you guys don't know, he has the most shots. Yeah, which guarantees more goals.
I think if I sell him, I'll bring him back on December 15th.
So who do you have? Isak till then or what?
Watkins and maybe Isak as well.
Chris Wood.
Or Chris Wood, I might bring him. But who are they playing on 15th December?
Hey, keep quiet.
Are you scared?
Amorim will teach Pep ball again on that day.
We'll be there.
But anyway, if you're not using the wild card and you're looking for points for this week. I have 3 fixtures that you guys can bank on. Newcastle versus West Ham. Isak has been on point.
Oh, that's
Very
good.
much.
And West Ham are leaking goals.
Yes.
For
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of one Saka and Co.
Yeah. Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace. Guys are selling Watkins. I'd be not so in a rush to get him. But also, Aston Villa are taking set pieces and scoring goals from set pieces. So I'm not talking about Onana. I'm talking about Tielemans. Yeah.
Okay. Good
Rogers
shout.
plays alongside Watkins in the, I think, 4-4-2 formation.
Yeah.
So Rogers is an out-of-position player. Consider him. And if you're looking for defender, Digne, or if goalkeeper now, Martinez, Diaz Martinez. Lastly, for me, this is a fixture. This is a goal fest fixture. Fulham versus Wolves.
Oh, goddamn.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
The Kenyans.
Yeah.
Yes. But people are sleeping on Raul Jimenez. Yes, he's a cheap forward.
Former team.
Yeah, he's getting assist and points and goals and stuff.
Yeah.
So if you're selling Haaland, Raul Jimenez will be somebody to consider for this fixture.
Facts.
Iwobi and ESR, Arsenal players, pale kwa midfield. Robinson and Leno, if you're looking for points from defense, because Leno will get you points as saves. Robinson, I've owned him since game week 1, gets you points from assists. With Wolves, it's only it was the Strand?
Who?
The number 9 were Wolves.
Lance. Is it Lance?
Konya ameanza.
Yes.
Lance.
Yes.
The
And
Norwegian,
Cunha.
yeah.
Guys,
Yes, those
what
two
a
only.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it for EPL for this week. You guys are waiting for tips here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time for trivia. And I'm not too confident this week, but because last week kuna maswali za ufala sana ziliulizwa. Man like Otis, please. Can you stop talking to Nyaash before you guys come in for the show?
Okay, bwana. Is this thing working? Kabisa.
Okay,
Let's go.
let's go.
Question 1.
Yeah, bo.
Reece James spent the 2019-2020 season on loan at which club?
Zima hiyo kitu bwana.
Don't think of Cape Verde.
Anyone? No one.
Nah.
He spent it at Leicester.
Not.
Wow.
Wigan Athletic.
Hey. Wow, okay.
Okay. Question 2.
Yes.
I was originally a striker before becoming a defender. I played 11 seasons for the same club before managing them. I've won Champions League, Bundesliga, Premier League. Who am I?
Damn.
What?
Answer.
Vincent Company.
Nope.
Ancelotti.
Nope.
Wow.
Pep.
Nope.
Good. I've won the Champions League. As a coach,
Mbona anapewa round 2? Answer.
No.
Jurgen Klopp.
What?
Oh, but he sucked as a player. Anyway.
He played 11 seasons.
Yeah.
Question 3. Which player who's not non-British or Irish has the most Premier League champions?
Eh.
Me? Gigs.
Nope.
Shit.
Dwight York.
Nope.
Please
Oh,
repeat
that's a good
repeat
shout.
the question, please.
Which player who is not British or Irish has the most
not
Premier League Premier League championship medal?
Oh,
Keane.
can I? No, Keane is Irish. Aguero?
Hey, no.
Aguero ni Argentina.
Who's not
Who's not British or Irish?
not British, no Irish.
Oh.
Hii imetulemea.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Ole, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Kwani tumetandika red carpet KICC? Hapana.
Question 4.
Wow.
Yes.
How many Premier League clubs competed in the first Premier League season?
Mimi, 22.
That was me, Austin.
That's it,
Come
that's
on,
it.
Amorim contingents.
No favors here.
Our 5th question.
Yes.
Which country has been runners-up the most times in AFCON?
Or in AFCON, Senegal,
No.
Egypt.
Nigeria.
No.
Cameroon.
No. Ghana.
And they don't even qualify nowadays. Jesus Christ. God.
Slaying them like the jabronis they are.
Sinyi
But
wote ni
you
wa
press the
Arsenal.
buzzer to cough on the mic.
Bro, hiyo, okay, let's just be honest.
It's a tactic.
Tukienda VAR, hapa Austin amemove ka David Coote.
No. No, I'm 2-0
One
up.
last question.
I'm 2-0 up.
It's okay, but he wants to prove his point.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine,
you know
fine.
me.
I have won numbers 7, 9, 28, 17 in my career, playing my football across England, Portugal, Italy, Spain. Who am I?
Zlatan.
At Italy and Spain. Portugal, you said.
And England.
Ben McCarthy.
No.
Come on, dog.
Yeah.
Hey, Anelka.
Breaker, it's a tiebreaker.
Thierry Henry.
No.
Aubameyang.
No, CR7, man.
Surely. Wait, I think he needs to be deducted. He needs to be deducted points. One for Olegane, should have gotten that one, and this one for Ronaldo.
He has no points to be deducted from. He has 0 points. Unless I pick one negative one goal difference at Man United.
I don't understand. Hey.
Again, the trivia is where I thrive.
I've come to realize one thing, by the way, as we wrap up the show. Every time Nyaash wears all black, he does well in trivia. Every time he wears all black. I saw angalieni episodes. Time yote kona jezi ya black, long ya black. Ana perform vizuri.
You could investigate Nani Otis pia.
Why?
Wanakujanga late pamoja.
Just like
how do you not know about Ole?
Surely.
I knew it was a Manchester United guy. It has to be a guy who was there from 99 to like 2000 something.
Fair enough. As we wrap up the show, of course, last week's question of the week was, in which year did Italy beat France to secure their 4th World Cup? And a big shout out, of course, going out to you guys in the comments. Kelvin Tanui pale anasema 2006. Leni pia anasema 2006 World Cup final. Adi amesema penalty shootout. Ruben Kimkemboi pia anasema 2006. And finally here from Franklin, he says 2006 was the year. A reminder, this week's question of the week is, which player scored the disallowed goal when Tottenham last knocked out Man City in the Champions League? Little striker, that one. Don't you remember?
Who was it?
The striker was offside, but the player who scored is now currently collecting his pension at Arsenal.
Shut up, man. Shut up.
Anyway, man. Up until next week, I've been your host, Brian Waudo.
Yeah, and I've been Nyaash, the Jabroni Slayer, always winning on them trivias. I need better competition. These two guys, they ain't got nothing on me, man. Yo, I need better
Venant,
competition.
Best FPL manager in town. If you have 700 points, uko mbele kwa ligi yetu.
Hey,
Hey, uko na ngapi?
662.
Why?
Usiniulize zangu.
We know you're the last one here.